Austin is #1 on a lot of lists for best places to live and all that fun stuff. But is Austin really overrated? Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Look, I know I've talked about a lot of great things about Austin in this channel, and sometimes I do talk about the cons and things to look out for. Now, when I came across this article or a blog that somebody wrote about Austin being overrated, I thought it was perfect for the channel because I've talked about stuff like this in the past. So do me a favor. Do you think Austin's overrated? I want to hear from you in the comments. As I go through this article, I want to hear your feedback. Is this person right? Are they wrong? Is Austin absolutely overrated? Do what you do best. All right, here we go. Okay, so I actually found this article on Reddit and I found it to be quite entertaining. So the title of this is Austin, Texas is and has been one of the most overrated cities in the US for some time. So this person used to live in Austin from 04 to 06, and they looks like they just moved back in 2020, and they had all of these fun things to say. Let's hear them out. #1, they say drivers, everyone complains about the traffic, but it isn't actually the congestion or the number of cars. It's the hurry up. There's a lot of foul language in this piece, so I'll try to do my best to limit the foul language. But hurry up, poopy driving skills. Texan friends blame a recent influx of Californians, but the drivers sucked back in 04 too. Big, huge, unnecessary trucks being driven like not very good idiots, or you have smaller cars who are driving really slow, I think is what he meant to write there. The one thing that I find that's going to be pretty interesting, in 2020, we had about 67,000 people move to the Austin area, and in 2021, those numbers aren't actually out yet, but it should be around 73,000 people moved for 2021. But what's interesting is that traffic really hasn't been that bad because a lot of people are working from home, but with this influx of people, I imagine traffic getting a lot worse. But the thing is, there are a lot of people with big trucks, and they can be kind of annoying on the road, and you do have some people that like to sit in the left-hand lane and don't move over. So yeah, I don't think I've ever hit the ball on that, but yeah, it's not the best. All right, so let's go to the next part. Everything is bland looking. Yes, I know winters are mild, but the lack of 4 distinct seasons has me longing for color. I know the hill country can be pretty, but overall the city is a big swath of beige, and driving through the few pretty parts is ruined because of, again, language, not very good drivers. Oh, and as a perk, you get 4 months out of the year that are worthless unless you have a boat or a pool, or you don't like breathing while you run. This is not something that we've shied away from on the channel either. The weather isn't the greatest here, and I personally had to put in a pool this last year in my house. So yeah, he's not completely wrong. There are 4 months that are really hot. Thankfully, 2021 has not been that bad of a year compared to other years in the past, but I'm sure next year's we're gonna feel it. So yeah, weather isn't always the greatest. We did have snowpocalypse though, or snowmageddon, so that was kind of a season for like a week, right? Okay, next subject. Tech overload. I work in tech. Jobs are good. I'm glad they are down here, and I owe my gratitude for employment. I get it. Yet the constant bombardment of $500 words I hear out of people's mouths because they feel they're overly important makes me want to take a fat, basically, he wants to defecate in their mouths. We'll keep it clean for the kids. It is starting to feel like the boys in Silicon Valley down here, and all the, we'll just say things that come with that. You can read it on the line there. Bring on the Elon fans to shout me down. Yeah, I mean, one of the pros for Austin is the amount of tech jobs that are coming here, but the amount of tech jobs are putting people that can't afford living in Austin further out, so that is a problem. But, you know, there is a pro and a con for all the tech jobs coming here. What do you think? Like, do you think that this is an issue? Do you think tech overload is harming Austin? I want to hear from you in the comments on that one. That's actually not a bad point. All right, let's go to the next on this list. Keep Austin weird. This sentiment is still there, but mostly lost out to the influx of people. So he is saying there's a lot of people moving here. Interesting. What you get is a rally almost daily at the Capitol building of the craziest liberals, only to be shouted down by the good old boy Texan traditionalists. The middle ground would be the tech, his words, douches that I'm a part of and disdain. The Keep Austin Weird vibe kept this city from developing legitimate mass transit when it was proposed and they had time. Now all I see is 2 to 3 tiny trains and mostly empty that tax dollars were blown on. Yeah, I mean, this is something we talked about on the channel, tax dollars going to new lines. What do you think, though? Do you think that the Keep Awesome Weird vibe is gone? I think, I moved here in 2012, and I really enjoyed that vibe that was here. I think that's slowly gone. What are your thoughts? I want to hear your thoughts on this part. Okay, next, price to value. This isn't Aspen, New York, Bern, or Tokyo prices, but it is overpriced for what you get. See points through 1 through 4. My goal is to buy more homes and become a landlord eventually because this place is headed to shelfdom in the future. I know what side I want to be on when that happens. Yeah, you know what? If you compare Austin prices, the median for the MSA, which is the larger Austin area, is about $480,000 for a home. And if you look at Austin itself, it's about $575,000. But if you compare that to a lot of the major cities in Austin, we are still fairly more affordable than those cities. Now, one thing he didn't talk about, which I wish he would have, is the property taxes. Property taxes are very high here, and it's something that I've talked about a lot on this channel. It might not actually be worth it to take out your income tax and substitute it for Austin's property taxes. You're going to have to run those numbers for yourself and look at those. But yes, property taxes are very high. So I wish he would have made that point. But what do you think? Is he right? Is it overpriced? All right, let's go to the next one. The music scene. There was a time, I suppose, when Austin was a hit place for this. No longer. South by Southwest is a bleep show. First off, I love South by Southwest. I'm sad that it hasn't been here the last 2 years because of, predicaments and pandemics. But one point about South by Southwest is that getting down there, the traffic is always terrible, especially ACL too. Traffic on those 2 weekends is terrible. And South by Southwest really runs for like a week and a half. So yeah, he's not totally wrong. So I want to hear from you. I mean, he goes on to talk about not liking the music in Austin anymore. And I don't go do a lot of the music scene stuff, so I want to hear from you. Is the music scene gone? Is it dead in Austin? That's something that I think that Austin's been known for, but I think in the last few years is slowly one of the things that gets pushed further down the road of what it's actually known for. So I think it's a fair point overall. All right, let's go to the next one. The last point may be unfair. I have been back for about a year and living in places that are truly 24/7 with good mass transit and places you could walk to. So coming here again, I find it lacking in things to do that don't cost you money or cost you your liver. I am a homebody. I'm annoyed just typing this and I can't be bothered to write anymore on this list. Maybe I'll start packing tomorrow. I kind of feel like he covered this in a earlier comment about mass transit, but it is getting expensive to do things. There are a lot of free things and a lot of free shows and things to do on the weekend that don't cost you money. But I mean, I think like any other city, it's going to cost you money to get out and go do things. So what do you think about this list? Do you agree with some of the things he said on there? Do you not agree? But let's hear from you in the comments. Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Let's hear from you. I'd love to see you on the next video. Have an awesome day.